Hey there, y'all. Figured I'd come out with a, quick video here for the afternoon. We had ticker RR go live in their IPO yesterday, and with this one, basically it wasn't a bad IPO. Um, Sit down, cat. Um, we had just a slow day in general. Nothing really. There wasn't enough volume to really get much pushing, just in general. Um, and I've been paying attention, to the IPOs, and I'm always paying attention to everything. But with the IPOs lately, the ones that I've kind of let everybody know about, that it's like, hey, I think these have potential to do well on day one. Have a decent pop. Um, you know, uh, they haven't necessarily, had these big, massive pops on day one, but they haven't necessarily had these big dumps on day one either. Um, so, I kind of look at what the market's doing and how it's operating. And, I'd have to say that, you know, the ones that I've let y'all know about, they didn't necessarily do what I thought they'd do on day one. But if you look at, quite a few of them, uh, if they didn't pop well on day one, which, tickers like, GMM and MSS and, a couple few others, they did blow up on day one, and they held their gains there. And, not only held their gains, but continued higher in the days following. And so they weren't just these big pump and dumps. And I was watching ticker ATGL, which y'all know that I was big on that one, if you pay attention to my channel at all. And it didn't necessarily have that big jump to insane crazy prices on day one, but it did hold its ground above its IPO price for the most part. I think it went down to like $3.65, $3.75, something like that. But that was it. That's as low as it went. And that was on day one, and it never touched those levels again after that. It just continued to kind of move up gradually, and for a couple days, and then after that, it was like, well, it's just moving, and when they're moving like that, 25%, 30% every day, it's like, well, eventually it is going to come back down. It's only a matter of when. Um, but with ATGL, it hit $31 yesterday, and the day prior to that, I could have bought in at $19 if I had wanted to, which I did consider, but it was like, I'm just gonna watch it and leave this one alone. I think, I hope some other people made some money on it, because there was opportunity there to be had, for sure. Um, but with ticker RR that debuted yesterday, it's not like there was manipulation in the play. There was basically zero manipulation, for the most part. As far as I can tell. And I literally watched it all day long, from start to finish. All the way through aftermarket hours and everything. And it held above its IPO. And it's acting strong. So I decided to do something I wouldn't typically do, because of that reason, and because of this trend that I've been seeing, where these IPOs have been blowing up, a day or two or 3 or 4 days after their debut. So, um, I think ticker RR has potential to do, similar things to what GMM, MSS, ATGL, and most people said that all those were pretty much junk. Nobody else was really talking about them. I didn't see anybody else mention them. Uh, well, at least not with MSS and GMM. I literally saw nobody else talking about them, and they were the ones that did the very best, actually, other than ATGL. Uh, so something to think about, something to keep in mind. Um, you know, I didn't sell yesterday. I could have. I could have sold at $6, but the way it was acting, it was really, really strong. There just wasn't quite enough volume to push it. And, that could change come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We could get volume come in and it could just go insanely parabolic. So, that's the chance that I'm kind of taking. But, I'm not going to keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect, a different result. I'm going to, you know, uh, change it up and try this out, see how it goes. I do swing trades. I used to do a lot of swing trades, but with the market the way it went, it was like, day trading there for quite a while was the best way to go. But, you know, uh, you have to adjust, adapt, and learn and pay attention, to what's going on. So anyway, just thought, my thoughts on it, throwing them out there. Y'all can do what you want with it. But it's something I'm gonna roll with here, and we'll see how successful it is. Um, Anyhow, I guess I'll wrap it up there for the most part. I did notice that I had a few more subscribers. That's great. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate y'all watching and liking the videos, sharing the content. If you know other people that are kind of like-minded. Uh, so anyway, I'll leave it there. Y'all have the rest of a good afternoon.